Hi guys, this is Razor doing a FP VOD, a Protoss versus Protoss game. And in this game, I'm going to be showing you a DT build. So here my probe goes for a scout, and then in the minimap, I do notice his probe there was like a blue light or blue dot. So I knew that he was coming from the 7 o'clock base. So that's why originally I was going to the 11 o'clock base, but I saw his probe movement, so I decided to change course. So when you scout, do make sure to pay attention to the minimap. It can help you scout a lot faster for your opponent's location. And the reason why you saw my probe following his probe is to kind of block him from doing manor pylons, and I think that's what he was trying to do there as well with my probe. But usually it's not worth doing a manor pylon at this stage of the game. As you can see, I'm kind of jumping through or skipping some times just to kind of speed up the commentary. It's not necessary to see the whole game, but I just wanted to show you like the main key points of the game. So the build is pretty simple. Right here, actually, you're supposed to get the Templar archives a lot faster, but when I scouted this base and I saw that he was going 2-gate, um, there's a trail of options that they could go. They could try to do a 3-gate or 4-gate all in, or they could do 2-gate pressure into expansion, or they could do 2-gate robo. But something inside of me just kind of gave, you could call it instincts, but I thought he would be late on the observers. Normally, uh, seeing his skill level, I thought I could get away with it. That's why I decided to do the Dark Templar build. So it's kind of impromptu, so that's why my Dark Templars are a bit late. Normally they come out at around 5:30, but yeah, I thought, I bet this guy won't get observers that quick. I think he's trying to just mass up Dragoons. So I just kind of got a read on the opponent, so that's why I decided to go Dark Templars. Even though he has a high probability chance of getting Robos first. So I scout with my Zealot. I saw that he made quite a bit of Dragoons, so pretty safe to say he's not going Dark Templars. So I would be safe from a Dark Templar rush myself, but I still get cannons at the front in case he tries to do some kind of counterattack, and if he has observers, then my army is pretty weak right now. So these two Dark Templars are gonna check to see what kind of damage they can do. And but yeah, you want to put your cannons in a line like that so all of them fire at once, so they can't just pick off one. So he sees the blur of my Dark Templars. I was trying to see his reaction and see whether or not he had the observers yet, and clearly he did not, so that's why he's blocking the ramp. But this has actually worked out for me too, because I can trade his units. So even if I don't get his probes, I can pretty much whittle down his army. So these Dark Templars are really getting a lot of value, and I can be pretty safe knowing that his army won't be as strong now, since I forced him to kind of buy time by trying to block the ramp. So I see he's trying to pull his Dragoons back, trying to bait me, but I know his observers are going to come out. And so yeah, they're out right now, and I'm just trying to snipe as many probes as I can. And it looks like he pretty much got his economy decimated. So I feel pretty good. I'm just taking up into the long macro game. Um, so yeah, I got my expansion up earlier than him. I slaughtered so many probes. I think he had like 10 probes at his main base. So even if he tries to catch up, economically, he's not going to be able to, unless I slip on my macro. But at this point, he's pretty much screwed. So if he tries to, in a mirror match, if you're behind, the way you can kind of come back is either you hope your opponent makes a mistake, either the skill level is wide enough where you can catch up, and their macro is just not that great. So overall, you can slowly catch up in the macro. And you see how I always try to keep Dragoons in each place to defend? So I have my pylons kind of scouting for me, so they kind of are in an outward position. So I have that much more reaction time to see the shuttle fly in. And then here I'm just kind of poking at his natural, seeing what he has, and also trying to get some storms in. Just trying to get those clumps of Dragoons. But yeah, you always want to have Dragoons at the corners of your base, try to intercept any shuttles that might try to fly in. And that'll definitely deter the shuttles as long as you have them in a good spot. There are obvious trajectories that they're going to come in from, so you just have to utilize that. So you see here he's kind of cramped in that narrow area, so I'm just storming the heck out of his units. And I have a lot of speed lots, so he's not going to be able to match my army. Yeah, I just have too many units, and that's GG. So long story short, he just got destroyed by my Dark Templars early game.